awaken millionaire and taking our advice to the next level. Okay guys, remember last time we talked about, as we started, we mentioned what we call 10 reasons why you 10 common reasons why you are poor. And there is many reasons why you are poor, but there is those 10 common reasons, like something like we can say mostly you find you meet all people and they have the same issue. So these were the reasons, and we started it earlier. And in the first video I listed all those reasons. If you check on my YouTube, you'll find that video. Then the second video we talked about we talked about what was that topic? It was you work hard but not smart. Then point number 2, we talked about you are small thinker. And I remember you recall whatever we talked about that point number 2. Point number 3 here is saying you are negative investor. Here today we are going to talk about negative investor. Who is negative investor, and what do we mean by the term investor? First, let us differentiate between two things: capital and investor. Many people mix this into capital. Investor investment kyechintu kyoteekamu gwe. Capital bwe bwongo bwo. Capital is your mind, and investment is what is something like money, but in the form of material thing that you can put into bring out your knowledge to the society to see your knowledge. So that's the term investor when you talk about investment. So if you say you are a negative investor, it means that you may have positive thinking, positive attitude. You may be thinking big, but investing negatively. When it comes to implement, you implement negatively. When it comes to put it in action, you put it in action negatively. So let us say like this: every time you buy something, let us see what a negative investor is. Every time you buy something, you buy something new because someone has come out with a new shoe, this kind of shoe, and you buy in the what we call in the group to fit in that group, and just in a short time it will depreciate, and then you lose the value. You feel like what you have, it doesn't worth it, because you did what you did in the manner of making other people feel like they think that you have much. So that you are a negative investor. If you invest in a commercial property it takes 10 years to recover your investment plus profit. You have excuse me, you have invested positively. Bw'oteeka sente mu bintu like nga business, ng'ekintu ky'otaddemu kigenda twala emyaka 10 okutandika okubanga kireeta kikuwa ku magoba, then you have invested negatively. Unless you are telling me that this is a nanny organization, whatever, it's a charity group, there I can agree. And even if it's a charity group, you must find out how you are going to reach to those people, and those people reach to your needs. So always invest in short term, risk notwithstanding. For maximum profit, identify a need and supply it immediately. Just make sure you will be paid on delivery. Insist on your client making an irrevocable order in writing or via letters of credit. When we talk about investing in short term, like, always find out what is there, or before you start something, before you start doing something, it's okay. You have an idea of charity group, but are you ready to sustain that investment? We call it, okay, that investment. Are you ready to sustain it. If you're not ready, then find out what you can invest, where you can invest your money. Be safe, but mostly where it can, multiply and you get some profit not in a short time. I'm not talking about just tomorrow and today and tomorrow get a profit. No, I'm talking about the time frame you can feel that you are comfortable with it. If you go in a certain business thinking that you are going to get profit tomorrow, but the kind of business you have invested in is something like it cannot, then you are negative investor. No insane person borrow money to purchase a new car, buy a used, not just a new car, a new phone, and something new. It is too expensive, and sometimes you may find it in duplicate. But if you take time, buy a clothes, buy a t-shirt, buy a shoe in a second hand. Like mine, I say, so, but anyway, that's not the point. But the point is, always find out what you can buy in a small amount, but when it can last for a long time. No intelligent person borrow money to go on holiday, save it instead. How can you borrow money to go for holiday, to go for wedding ceremony? That is an insane person, and from the word go, you are a negative investor. No right thinking person borrow money for 5 minutes marriage ritual, only to overburden the young relationship with the beds. Girls, ladies out there, you always beg your husband to go to introduce to you to whatever, but that thing you are requesting is too risky if your partner doesn't have enough to sustain that marriage, because it will not only guarantee on the failure of the marriage, but it will guarantee on the hard days of your life you will never get out of. So always do something in a way that profits you, but mostly look after your happiness. No wise investor borrow money to start a business without a clear thought out plan, only to condemn it to a perpetual state of deflation. I know you all want to start a business. Let me give you a small intro on my business. This business you are seeing here, as you are seeing all these shows and many, for me I'm a cobbler. You normally call us cobbler, but for me I upgrade that name and say shoe doctor. You know why I'm shoe doctor? Because I love repairing shoes. So I repair shoes, bags and whatever. But let me tell you that I started with only 20,000 Uganda shillings. That's the only money I started. If we convert it to dollars, I think that is like $6. That is $6. I don't know where. If we go in Kenya shillings, I think it will be like 500 Kenya shillings. That's the money I used to start this business. But as per now, as I'm talking to you now, it's worth 7 million. How did I manage to accumulate this money to get to this,